Of course, I didn't sleep that night. I mean, how many nights did I have in federal and state prison where I stayed up all night worrying? Quite a few. I didn't have gray hair before prison. Um, I also spent like 10 years of my life on and off incarcerated. So I don't know. Probably just I aged. I'm like 35 now. I'm just about 34. But everything was in my mind, to Fleetwood Mac, of course. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about how truly fucked I am. I didn't know I mean, honestly, I didn't know what it was. It could have been one of several things. The pimping and pandering thing was probably the most likely, is what I was thinking. NLR was trying to get me for quite a long time. I had known that for years. And I just had been fortunate where I hadn't crossed paths with them inside. The streets, it's not even really like that, but I was thinking that it might be that. And it also could have been maybe Lompoc. Maybe they thought I left that yard on bad terms, even though I honest to God, didn't. I didn't get any sleep, though. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a cat nap. I mean, I had been traveling. So by the time I woke up in the morning, I was delirious. Awake, maybe I got like a little, you know how it is when you can't really sleep, but like you're so tired, you get like some sleep. It's like sleeping in a car. I use that analogy a lot. And I kind of just remember when they unlocked the doors, I was like, all right, here we go. Now, time out. I should have checked in. That's what I should have done. I just had a baby. I had 6 weeks left, maybe 8 weeks left in federal custody. I should have checked in. That's what I should have done. I should have checked in right there and then, but I didn't. Because I was adherent to some weird prison ideology, I guess. I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I wanted to talk to Karina. At that point, I didn't even care about checking in. I was like, well, it doesn't even matter. Prison wasn't what it used to be anyway. There's a lot of this like hearsay. Like, I didn't know what was coming to me, but I knew I didn't deserve to get stabbed. I knew I didn't deserve to get smashed off the yard. I knew I didn't deserve to be in prison in the first place for this shit, for the pimping and pandering thing. It was just a ridiculous situation. So my cellie gets up, he's like yawning. I notice he's missing an ear. It looks weird. It looks like there's like an earthworm like crawling in his brain or something. Really hard not to look at it. He's like stretching and you just see this hole in his head. He looks at me, he's like, you looking at my ear? No, man. Well, that's weird. There's a fucking hole in my head. I was like, I didn't even know. Whoa, yeah, wow. I'm like, come on, man. I was like, no, I didn't notice. Yeah. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, do you want to talk about it? He's like, it's private. I was like, oh, is it new? He's like, no, man. Nah. Happened in the summer of 83. I was like not expecting him to go into some fucking backstory. I was like, all right. Happened in the summer of 83. I was in the penitentiary up in Utah. I lost somebody's plug, man. Plug means like a balloon, generally that you boof, balloon full of drugs. And someone had me, hold some drugs in my suitcase up his asshole. Hey, man, I never done well with milk, man. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. And I really did. I was like, man, this is coming from a place of sympathy. How many times have I had bubble guts in prison? You notice that kind of weird shit they put in there, Well, I had bubble guts and I shit the plug out. He almost like had tears in his eyes telling me this. I'm like, yeah, and then what happened? Well, then they cut my ear off, man. Like Just a bit of a overreaction. He's like, well, it's a little more complicated than that. And so what he told me is that he had a cellie, and his cellie had owed money, and his cellie had his cellie had convinced his girlfriend to bring him a bunch of heroin, right? And it was like to save his life. So his girlfriend brings him heroin, and he gives it to my cellie to stick up his ass, because he thought that, maybe he had been told on, because that's how shit is in prison sometimes when you hit, especially when there's like a lot of stakes on the table. I don't know, there's weird stuff people tell to try to like take this dude out, to try to get the dope, weird shit. So he gave it to his cellie, and his cellie got, my cellie now, shit it out, lost it, like had diarrhea from bunk milk. It goes down this like metallic, rabbit hole, never to be seen again. And his cellie got murdered over it. And then his cellie's like workout partners were like, man, fuck that, man. Let's cut that motherfucker's ear off. That'll bring him back. They held him down. They cut his ear off. He's like, do you want coffee? I was like, I'm going to need some after all that now. He's like, yeah, man, it's a fucked up story, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, that might happen to you today, bro. I was like, hey, man, can you tell me what's going on? He's like, I can't. Is it NLR? I was like, no. I'm like, well, you said it might have been last night. He's like, no. Much worse than that, man. Oh, all right, cool. So the way it works in federal prison is they unlock your door. So at Victorville, it's not magnetic doors. It's not like in the movies. You're not like in some Tupac music video where like all the doors just like open at once in some magnetic road. That's how Lompoc was, because that's an older, it's like an older penitentiary. Cops come early in the morning. You hear their keys jangling. Usually that's how you can hear, if a cop's walking or not. Because they have this big key ring and they're so loud, you just hear their keys jangling. So that's why in prison you usually see somebody like, there's always somebody standing point, because the cops have to walk the tiers like once an hour, and the person that's standing point usually has, standing point means you're just looking for the cop walking. Maybe the person's tattooing, maybe you're making white lightning, maybe someone's butt fucking a punk, I don't know. But then they yell out a code word. Now, the irony in this is it's usually usually they give the standing point job to a bitch. Not a bitch, but like somebody that's new to prison who has bitch tendencies. They're like, hey, man, hey, dog, we're going to need you to stand point. Hey, just say some shit when the cop walks. Let us know. All right. And you always hear him say some dumb shit like, yo, Red Robin. It's like, why don't you just tell the cop that you guys are fucking making white lightning in there? You don't think that that's obvious? You can't think of a better fucking code word than Red Robin? What is it? What the fuck? And then they're like genuinely like, they're like, oh man, I don't know, man. What was I supposed to say? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta go. All right. So, anyway. So, the way it would work there is, so they all unlock the door about 5 in the morning. At Victorville, you want to be suited and booted at that time, because anything can happen. Sometimes if like some racial tensions like brewing, you put rolled up magazines like in your waistline so you don't get stabbed. I mean, people that have been there will say, whoa, it's not that bad. It is that bad. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's horrible there. You see violence all the time. The first 10 minutes I was there, I saw Pice get smashed out, brutalized in front of me. People get stabbed there. People get smashed off the arc very frequently. And it seemed like that's what was happening to me. And so after the doors crack, you have everything on. You go down to the day room, and everybody has their headsets on. They have like COS headphones, look like this. They have clear ones. People are watching the TV. There's like TV for the Pisces, for the blacks, Southsiders, whites. The others usually get like, I don't know, a table with like reading material. They're like, hey, you can have the magazine table. Others, okay. And that's usually why you see like the others start like instantly they like metamorphose into some like other race. Some like islanders like, yeah, dude, I'm black now. What's up, fool? What the fuck? And and he's like has his shoes off. He's like putting his feet with socks like on a table, like eating nachos with a black dude. It looks like they're having such a good time. Like, fuck, why can't I run black? These white dudes. And like you're sitting there, and usually people in like a combative prison like that will have like one headphone out like that, just so that they can hear if someone's like coming up on them or whatever. So you kind of like watch TV. Everyone's watching like Good Day LA, Good Morning America, whatever. And then they call your unit. They usually call 2 units at a time. Anyway, my heart's beating because I'm like, dude said when the door cracked. What does that mean? So I'm like, checking my peripheral, trying not to look too obvious. Like, oh, I hope I don't get killed right now. Nobody's saying anything to me. Again, bad sign. See the Pope. Goofy. Oh, I'm like, oh, God. What did I do? I miss home. I do. Be cuddled up with Karina right now watching Netflix, and I'm with the Pope. I'm with my earless Celly. Fuck, kind of weirdo. It's like weird shit, right? So they call the units. They usually call 2 at a time. I think it was in like F low or something. I don't remember. You go down on this walkway. You go through a metal detector. After you go to the metal detector, you keep walking about 100 feet, and you get to the chow hall. So you go in there, and even though Victorville's not a California state prison, it's in California. A lot of guys at the prison are from California because they generally put you in a yard that's 500 miles within where your release date is. The reason I got to Oxford is because I changed my release address, or your release address. I changed my release address on purpose because I wanted to get away from all the crazy politics in California. And I'm glad I did. That was one of the best places. That's the best place I ever did time at. That was like a good prison. Like, I have good memories from there. I made good friends, and I transformed my life while I was there. And then I relapsed, and I just went right back to being a piece of shit. But I did stay clean for 3 years from a lot of the experiences that I had there, just being around really positive, good people. Victorville wasn't like that at all. It's just a bunch of aimless, tweakers. It's just a bunch of kind of shitty people, for the most part. Of course, there's good people everywhere. But anyway, I go to chow, you get your tray, and then you have to sit with your own race. So I go sit with the white dudes, because that's what you do. You go sit with your own people, right? Now, generally, when you're a new guy, see, I'm still wearing like my bus outfit, so everyone knows I'm new. And I walk in there, and everybody just kind of looks at me. And I know the look. They're looking at me like, that guy's going to get whacked. I already knew that. Nobody says hi to me. Again, I already know what time it is. I'm like, fuck. I should have checked in right there and then. I should have. But I was like, oh, no. No. I'm solid. Not going to do it. But like every 2 seconds, I'm like literally flexing because I'm thinking that a piece of plexiglass is going to go through my shirt and stab me. I'm just sitting there like scooping my grits, and I'm hearing like lame conversations that white dudes have in prison. Like, yeah, man, out there in the free world, I drive a Honda CTX. Yeah. Well, I mean, actually it's my mom's, but I bring bitches in it. Yeah, well, at least one. I did have one bitch in there, if my mom let me, but I was doing good, dog. I gave this bitch a ride home. You know what I'm talking about? Did you fuck her? It's always like, hey, man, did you fuck her? Nah, man, but I could tell she wanted to, bro. I missed that bitch, dog. Now I'm here. I wish I didn't sell guns, man. And then, like, the guy pats, I'm just like, God damn. I'm not even on that trip. I'm like, all right, whatever these guys are saying. I don't want to get stabbed, So I finished chow. Now, one person talks to me. I already know I'm screwed. hurry back to the unit. Because generally when like you're going to get whacked, I already know this yard. It's on that walkway. They get you a lot on that walkway. I don't know why. They do. Cops are right there too. I don't know. It's kind of like a low key, like a check-in move a little bit. It's like, why would you like remove somebody right in front of the cop? I don't know. Who knows, dude? I get back to my unit, see the Pope. Oh, hey. He didn't even say hi to me. He's just like, he has like some Harley Davidson magazine. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I go up to my cell, and I go, and to be honest with you, I go and I throw a towel up on the window. I beat off. I do shit like that when I'm nervous, After that, the rep comes in. He's like, hey man, you gotta go out to the yard today, bud. It's like, all right, can you tell me why? I mean, can you give me that courtesy? I was like, you do realize I've been to this yard before, right? Like, I put in work. I've made sacrifices for this yard. I've been to the hole for this yard. I've done this, and that. Never done any gay stuff. He's like, are you sure? I was like, come on, man. Kinda. It's all right, man. I'm going to tell you what's going on. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. What are you in here for? I'm in here for a probation violation. What'd you get violated for? I caught a new state case. What was that for? Pandering? Pandering. I said, yeah. Dead silence. And let me take a fucking TO real quick. Now, when I first went in there in 2000, I was a bitch. Straight up bitch. Scared, you see a lot of this stuff on these like prison channels. And dude, I went in there and I was fucking keistering cactuses and, So that's all the shit I heard about Victorville. It had a horrible reputation. The first time I went in there, I was scared. You go in there, you talk to the rep. You're like, yeah, dude, I'm solid. If you need work put in, I got you. There's not really cactuses. Is there really cactuses here? He's like, what if I said there might be? Hey man, if you need anything, I'll put the work in. I ain't never been butt fucked by no cactus, but if it's for the woodpile, I'm down. It's really like how impressionable fuck sounds. Probably how I sounded when I got there. But I got there. I was green. Didn't know what was going on. I got to fight my first week, whatever. In retrospect, I'm glad I did because I proved to myself that I'm not a bitch. Stood for my stuff, Now I have an ego problem. I just got into it yesterday with the Southsider. I didn't fight or anything, but like, it's kind of a greasy situation, and I stood my ground. I don't know, I just kind of blossomed the first time I was there. So this time, I just tell him, I'm like, yeah, pandering. Well, that could be a problem. I said, why is that? He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, is that a sex crime? Do you have to register for that? I said, nah. She was over 28. He's like, now, see, I don't like the sound of that. She was over 28. That sounds like a sex crime to me. I'm like, oh, man. Awesome. Awesome. And another thing about the first time I was there, I always paid my bills, man. But I always got called out to the yard. I was always in trouble. Probably, and well, not probably. It's because my parents had money and they always bailed me out. I was a spoiled little bitch. So what? I can admit that. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of any of this prison shit. Anyone that is has nothing going for them. Oh, dude. Yeah, fool. I was on the 4-yard right there, dog. Who cares? Shut up. Cool. What are you doing now? Oh. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe I would have checked in. back then. I probably would have, because I didn't have, what would I have done? I was running up thousands of dollars worth of bills. Oh, no, I don't have it. No, just stab me. I'm cool. All right. Hey, you want to play racquetball, Leonie? Oh, no. Hey, I'm going to get smashed off the yard tonight. Oh, all right. Hey, I'll see you on your next term. You know it, brother. All right, stay down, dog. All right, let's go to the yard. I'm ready to get smashed out. Yeah, right, dude. I would have fucking checked in, I think a lot of the reason, too, that they didn't fuck with me on my first term is because I was funny, Like, say something funny. I'm like, butt fucking. Oh! You see that? That kid is fucking funny. Say something else. Man, I hate black people. Oh, right on, brother. Right fucking on. I hate them, too. Yeah. Like, oh, God. Oh, God. Then, you got to play the part when you're in prison. So, point is like somehow I slid out of it. It seemed like this new batch of people wasn't having it. I mean, I was in there for pimping and pandering. I don't know what they're going to do to me. I said, well, what do you want me to do? What would you like me to do? He said, well, check it out. This is what's going on. The yard's run by so-and-so. I'm not going to say his name. I got to make up a fake name. Let's just call him Bart. It is AB dude. Brand dude. This guy Bart was running the yard. He was running the yard from the hole. He wasn't running. He was in the shoe. He was like, in segregated part of the prison, like where you go for disciplinary, or if you check in, you go there, or if you're under investigation. He was slammed down right there. He's like, we got word 4 days ago before you got here that you were coming and that your paperwork was fucked up. Okay, where'd you get that? Motherfuckers had it from the Huffington Post thing. I don't know how they had it, but it was probably, if I had to guess, it got around when I was at San Bernardino, maybe at Santa Barbara. Somehow they got word to that prison that I was fucked up, that I was no good. No, that's not even true. But basically the guy was telling me that I had to go present my case to the big homie. Now, the dude was in the hole, but at Victorville, when you go out to the yard there, they have this area. So they have dog cages, right? Recreation for the hole. And it's like these, they're literally like this wide. And it's like these little rows of cages that you can it's a dog cage. You can that's all you can do is like crawl fucking back and forth. It's ridiculous. It's so inhumane, But those dog cages are located kind of like above the indoor rec. So when someone's in those dog cages, they can communicate to the yard below. Now, this big homie, this AB dude, we'll call him Bart. That's not his real name. I don't want to, I'm not trying to put this dude out there like that, He was going to yard that morning. Now, they went around 9, whenever the second yard is. So they have yard before breakfast, and then they had another, I think it was at like 9:30. He was going to be there. And so basically the rep for my unit was telling me that I had to go like hold court out at the yard, and I had to like plead my case to this AB dude. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound that chill. That sounds pretty much not mellow. I was like, I hate black people. He's like, shut up. I was like, oh. I've never been butt fucked by a cactus. What are you, some sort of fucking weirdo? So, like, nothing I was saying, they didn't think it was funny. They just thought I was some fucking weirdo. Some weirdo panderer. I was like, dude, my cellie's missing an ear. Go fuck with him. Oh, he's cool, though. He got clean paperwork. He drives a Honda. I'm like, dude, all right. He drives a Honda on the streets, man. He's been with one bitch, kind of, maybe. Cool. It's good to have accomplishments under your belt, for sure. So I have to make a decision now. I'm like, well, I could leave. I could do that. I could just go up to the cop and be like, hey, man, I have no cock. I gotta go. I'm sorry to hear that. We have a place for people with no cocks. It's called checking in. Let's go. So I played that out in my mind. I was like, I don't know. I still got one. It ain't much, but it's still there. I can't go out sideways like that. Can't ruin my whole career. How fucking stupid of me. Nah, I'm gonna go. Fuck it, I'll roll the dice. Just go talk to the AB guy. Maybe I'll do a cactus butt fuck joke, and he'll be like, man, you a fucking classic. He doesn't talk like Morgan Freeman. I don't know. Okay, sorry. It's probably, my heart was like, I'd already been jumped at Santa Barbara County. I'd already been a riot at San Bernardino County, and it's about to get worse here. So they call the one-way move, right? And I go, of course the Pope comes, fucking lame that he is. Hey dude, I'm gonna escort you out to talk to the big homie. I'm the Pope. I'm like, you guys act like it's fucking Darth Vader or something, dude. It's just a fucking inmate that's locked in a cage telling you guys what to do. The guy's a lifer. Hey man, it's the big homie, man. Whew. I got a blaster on my kneecap. Check it out. There's like a tattoo of the guy. Oh my god, dude. Where am I? Like the convict Twilight Zone or something. So they end up taking me to the yard. It's so weird. It's like being in confession or something. You're just looking at this like cage. And I'm there. Now, my heart's pounding the whole time. It's like I'm walking the plank, man. I know I'm fucked. Not gonna talk my way out of this one. I'm not at some high school keg party where I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry I fucked your girlfriend. I skate too. Oh, you skate? I just moved here from Phoenix, bro. To be completely honest with you, I just want someone to skate with. That's more important to me than girls. It's like the plot of like some Wonder Years episode that takes place in 2002. We like hug and then, I don't get beat up. That shit doesn't happen in prison. I'm gonna get stabbed. I already know. I'm gonna get stabbed over being a panderer. I'm gonna go out like that. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Just had a baby. I'm gonna go get stabbed. I should have checked in. I didn't though. I'm hard. What can I say? So, hold on. I would like to have some tobacco of some kind right now. God, I think I'm out of all tobacco products too. Hold on. Temporary intermission so that I can ingest some sort of nicotine. I think I have dip somewhere. Maybe kinda. No. Oh, man. That's not good. Oh! I found some shit, like a pouch of dip or something. I don't even know. Like a tampon. Alright. Oh, glad I got that. Okay, so, we get there, and I have to wait, like I said, and you start seeing white dudes form behind me. Now, I'm kind of like, so I'm completely fucked. I have no choice. I can't do anything. There's no cops on the yard. It's just like the Lost Boys, bunch of like, goony villain looking like white, ex-meth cooks. They're all like, it's like the most Darwinistic reject. I want to see the panda blade. I'm like, oh my god, dude. It's like being at a lynching, dude. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the fucking emperor. Anytime now. And finally here, yo! Like some gay construction worker or something. Yo! Everyone's like, shh. Let him talk. I'm like, oh my god. He's like, what's up, bro? I don't know. What am I supposed to say to this shit? I'm like, I don't know. You called me to the yard. What's up? We got to discuss your charges, big dog. Okay. What do you want to know? Well, tell us the story. Now, I have to yell this story, right? So I'm not going to yell the whole time because Karina's sleeping. She's probably like, oh my god. Ryan got into the wine coolers again. fucking piece of shit relapsed on alcohol. No, I didn't. If I start yelling, like, she's gonna think I'm probably wasted down here. You ain't wrong. You ain't right either. Think about that. So I'm yelling the story up, and I start from the DUI, right? I go, okay, well, this is what happened. So I marry this chick. She sends me a fan letter for this book I wrote, right? You wrote a book? Yeah, I wrote a book, you know. I already knew that, though. They knew a lot about me, actually. So I started telling them this whole story about how I got a non-conviction DUI, and I went to Lompoc, and how everything that happened there. I mean, I went into some long-ass story. It was like a fucking, holy shit. It's like a YouTube video, you know? I was like doing voices and shit. You know, it's like, I'd like get to Southside, and then I saw a Southside, and he's like, hey, dog, what's up, fool? Hey, dog, I don't really, like, get down like that. I like the fucking butt fuck, dog. And, like, all the white dudes, like, all the fucking weirdos are like, oh, they're like, that guy's kind of funny. Seriously, I put on, like, my best performance. The irony of this, I swear to God this is true. I am yelling a story up to this big homie, right? I have, like, 40 white dudes behind me. I like had to tell a story to save my life. What the fuck are the chances that I can do that? But I pride myself in my ability to tell stories. I'm just going to go ahead and say I hit it over the fence. Kind of in a literal sense. So I get to like towards the end of the story, and I get to Santa Barbara County Jail. I start talking about that shit, and I tell them what happened. I'm like, then, and I told him like the whole breakdown story, you know, there's like fucking intermissions and shit. Everyone's like giving each other high fives. It's like the best fucking live story they've heard. Like, you know, there's like there's probably like 40 people listening. No bullshit. And then I tell all about Santa Barbara County Jail. And then I tell about how I was in a riot and how I was running a unit in San Bernardino. And then I got here and I was like, and then I get here, right at this point, like I'm cracking jokes, you know, I'm like, talking about lampshade. I'm like, he fucked mattresses. You just hear like some like snickering from like this dark, like ominous cage. Like, I'm looking at the Pope. He's like, I'm like, oh, Jesus, man, this is some weirdo shit. And that's what happened. And now I'm here and you guys want to fucking stab me. I said, but hey, man, before you make a decision, let the court reflect. There's like a reverberation of laughter. I was like, let the court know. I came out here. It's not like I'm on my first term, dog. I fucking know, you know, I came out here to like, I should get some points for that. Silence. The silence is not me thinking. There's straight silence going on. Gunshot. It's kind of scary, kind of. So, after a little bit, the guy's like, he's like, hey, what's your name, dog? My name? Vicious from Santa Barbara. No, I'm just kidding. I said, Ryan Leone. He's like, so you say you've been here before, right? I said, yeah, you guys had an RC. Obviously, you know who I am. I said, there's nobody that's here. Not one motherfucker is here that knows me. He's like, what year were you here? I go, 2009 to 2010. So he says the name of my old cellie. He just says his name, right? God, what was his name? Carrie. Carrie was his name, right? So he says Carrie's name, and he goes, well, he's like, Carrie's up in, he's still, you know, in C lower, I think. I don't remember what unit I was in. C lower. He's still in C lower. He's still here, man. The one motherfucker that they're gonna go ask about me to is the dude that fucking, oh my God, smashed off the yard. He's back. That happens sometimes in the feds. You get smashed off, and then they bring you back years later. Nobody seems to fucking care. It's like you took your beating. It's not like you know what I mean? It's not like you asked to leave. So my entire fate is resting on this guy that I got smashed out. And he works in Unicore still. Now he's like the lead like manager of Unicore. Now he has to like, they're going to like do some sort of character. How stupid prison is. Like, can't you just make like an executive decision because I gave a good story? But I guess the fact that I didn't get smashed, stabbed, or butt fucked right there and then with a cactus. Like, hey bro, this is a cactus. This is going to go inside of you. Oh shit. Oh. The fact that none of that happened is a good thing. But now I have to fight. I felt like I beat a boss at the end of a video game or something. Like, I got past the AB, dude. I was like a fucking castle jester. I told like the best story. It was like the best story I could possibly give. It was like voices, and I know there's people who are like, well, that's where you went wrong. Your voices are fucking stupid. I always hear that in comments. Yet you continue to watch me, don't you? Yes, you do. Stop watching me then, if you think I'm so stupid. So now, pretty much everybody on the yard's like being nice to me. So, that, you know, the guy left and now they have to consult with Carrie. A guy that I tried to extort me before, and he ends up getting smashed off the yard. That's fucking fantastic. I don't even know how that's going to go. But so now the Pope's, he's like, hey man, you know, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. We came out to watch you get beat up, bro. But, oh, man, was that a story? Oh, man. Tell me again. Tell me again. I'm like, are you all right, dude? He's like, tell me again. I'm like, all right, dude. Where is Carrie? He's like, he's at Unicore. I was like, so what does that mean? They're like, well, he's not going to get off until yard recall. Now, sometimes... So it was like 9:30 in the morning, but they have lunch. What happens is if you work in the factory, which is what Unicore is, for those of you guys that have been to the state system, what is it? PIA? 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 It's like PIA coffee. They make everything. PIA, it's like the state version of Unicore. Unicore is what they have in the feds. Sometimes when you work for those factory jobs, I mean, basically they have contracts that are outsourced to... At this particular place, it was making like border patrol vehicles, but like you're basically, it's basically like straight up slave labor. They give you like 4 cents an hour, and people are like, you'll hear people at chow all the time be like, yeah, bro, they moved me up to 11 cents, dog. Oh, no way. High five, bro. Killing it, dog. You're doing good, fool. I'm proud of you. 11 cents? Damn, dude, in like 46 years, you can get like a fucking MP3 player, dog. Yeah, I know. I was hoping maybe I could get it in 41 years, though. I don't know. Anything's possible, bro, if you just believe in it. Yeah, I know. Hey, tell me the story about that time you almost fucked a bitch in the back of the fucking Honda again. All right, dog, one more time, but I'm getting tired, fool. You know, it's like shit like that. Sometimes Unicorn eats... Unicorn? The gay psychic that farts unicorn dust. Sometimes Unicorn eats... before everyone else. So like they go to the chow hall because they get like special privileges because the prison's making money off these people. And this guy Carrie had like the best position of anyone at Unicorn. So generally people don't like people like that in prison though, because it's always somebody that kisses up to the cops. Usually they're a rat, you know. I never trust trustees or porters or orderlies. I mean, well, porters in the state, well, if you're in reception, that's usually not a good sign, right? And then if you're an orderly, which is the same as a trustee or porter, like in the hole in the feds, there's always something wrong with you. I don't just give that to someone that's back there for disciplinary. You have to have checked in to have that position. So you always know that like the orderlies back in the shoe are fucked up. They're no good, right? So basically, the guy that was running the yard was... I forget what his name was, but he was this tall, goofy white dude, you know? Didn't look like a convict at all. He looked like a professional. He looked like one of the only white guys on an NBA team. He was just some tall white guy that would wear like sweatpants and like, you know, he always had like a white headband on. Like he looked like the dorkiest guy there, but he was running the yard. But, you know, I had to talk to him because it wasn't yard recall yet to go to lunch, and I got introduced to him. He actually ended up being a really cool guy. And I explained my situation, and I was cracking jokes with him, and he was laughing. And I was like, it's a fucked up situation. And I told him the whole story about how the pimping and pandering thing happened. I was like, it's not a sex crime, He's like, I know it's not a sex crime. Basically, they're gonna let you stay because they talked without me being there, and basically they were gonna let me stay based on what Carrie said. He's like, it basically comes down to if you left this yard on bad terms or not. They're like, if you checked in before, you're fucked. Just to be completely honest with you, bro. He's like, you're gonna get punished. Like, you're gonna go out on a gurney. We're gonna put a hole in you. Just to be completely 100 with you. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I understand that, but if you're talking about like why I'm in prison right now, I'm not a fucking weirdo. He's like, it's not even about that. It's just kind of like it's a wobbler. It's one of those charges that's kind of like, I mean, people can take offense to it because it involves a woman. I said, well, what about domestics? There's a bunch of people in here that have domestics on their jacket. He's like, well, that's different. I said, so hold on. Me protecting a prostitute is worse than someone taking off on a girl. Someone putting their hands on a woman. Is that what you're saying? He's like, yeah, dude, who doesn't put their hands on women? Right there and then I was like, you know what? The whole prison thing is just bullshit. And my entire fate at this point is literally resting on this guy Carrie, who I'm the reason that dude got smashed off the yard. And so I had a pretty good talk with the yard rep. I didn't really know where I stood. I mean, I know that people liked me more after they heard me do this story, because not only did I do a pretty good job with telling the story, but I did it in front of that many people, and it is something that people respect when you get called out to the yard and you go and you show up anyway. It's like the kind of thing where people do respect it. So I had that going for me. But again, now I'm living in anxiety because I already know that this dude is going to just say whatever about me. He doesn't like me. So anyway, we'll get into it in the next video. I'll definitely be posting every day for the next week just to make up for kind of slacking for this last week. And yeah, shit gets pretty wild at Victorville. It doesn't end well for me. I'll just say that, I had a really bad experience there. This is just the start of like a whole chain reaction of bad shit that happened there. And we'll get into it in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out patreon.com/Ryan Leone. Check out the Paul Narcan Project, paulnarcanproject.com. And that's it. Stay safe. Happy 4th to all you. Palabra.